What the heck is going on at Disney World? Well, we just got some big news for Disney's Hollywood Studios. After months of hotly contested speculation within the Disney fan community, Disney officially announced that the new Monsters Inc. land is coming right here to Muppets Courtyard. That means that this area of the park and everything right around us is going to close forever very soon. There are for sure pros and cons to this, but also where's Muppet Vision gonna go? First off, here's what Disney officially confirmed. Muppets Courtyard and everything here in the Grand Avenue area will be closing down. All of these shops around here, the restaurants like Pizza Rizzo, Mama Melrose, it's all going to be transformed into Monstropolis. The highlight of this new land, the suspended coaster that's going to be like the door scene at the end. Sounds like it's going to be really immersive, really thrilling, and it's actually pretty cool because this ride concept has been floating around the Disney fandom for years. So to get confirmation that this ride is actually happening is pretty fun. And that happened when Disney announced it at the recent D23 Expo a couple of months ago. And along with that, they released this concept art. But even despite announcing a lot of things for this area at the Expo, the one big thing they didn't mention was, where in Hollywood Studios is it going? So does that mean that this is the end of the Muppets at Disney World? It's actually not the last we're going to see of the Muppets in this park even. Now, as for what is specifically going to happen to the Muppet Vision Theater, heard rumors that it might be turned into a different kind of theatrical show that fits with the Monsters Inc. theme. But what about the actual film? Because it's pretty important. Well, Disney has said, as we move forward with these changes, we are having creative conversations and exploring ways to preserve the film and other parts of the experience for fans to enjoy in the future. However, since the good news is that the Muppets aren't leaving entirely, where are they headed exactly? This door coaster isn't the only fan theory that has been floating around for a couple of years now that Disney today actually made a reality. And that's because the Muppets are heading over to Rock and Roller Coaster to rock along with some of the greatest. That's about all we know right now. Although this will be the first Disney ride to feature the Muppets. So while I truly am devastated that Muppet Vision is going away, and I'll talk a little bit more about my real feelings on this in a second, I am, however, excited that they are at least getting reinvigorated in a different way. One downside, though, is Rock and Roller Coaster currently has a 48-inch height minimum, hoping that the new door coaster doesn't have such restrictions because it's replacing an attraction that currently everyone can enjoy. So when can we actually expect these changes? Well, Monsters Inc. land is set to begin construction in 2025, although we have no other timeline except for that. And there also hasn't been an official announcement about when Muppet Vision is actually closing, likewise with Rock and Roller Coaster. But Disney did say that there's still, quote, plenty of time to enjoy those attractions, although maybe experience it sooner rather than later if you're a fan. It's been really interesting being here tonight, hours after they made this announcement, because I met so many people who just love the Muppets and are so upset about this leaving, upset about the announcement. My heart just is really sad for people. I try to keep things light and happy on the channel because I think that even though Disney makes decisions that sometimes we're not fans of, that's why I'm so passionate about focusing in on making magical memories with the ones you love, because that's something that no matter what other changes happen to these parks, that's something that will never go away. I'm really curious to hear what you think of this announcement, so definitely tell me down in the comments below. My honest thoughts on this news is pretty divided, because on the one hand, I'm thrilled anytime the Disney company is investing in its theme parks. Also, anytime they invest in Hollywood Studios, which if you're new to this channel, my name is Molly. I give you Disney tips to help you keep creating magical memories. But I'm also a really big fan of Hollywood Studios. This was my favorite park growing up. It's the park where I was a cast member at, so it's very special to me. So I like when it gets a little love. However, this is just one more reminder that the park I loved when I was younger just isn't really around anymore. I don't know how much they're actually going to tear down any of these buildings that have very much an old school Hollywood Studios, MGM Studios vibe versus how much they're just kind of repurpose them, but it does kind of remind me that it's not the park I used to know. I am sad that all of the incredible details of this area are going to go away, the amazing theming. I'm sad that this historic movie is gonna go somewhere. It is the last production that Jim Henson himself worked on before he passed away, and this was his last performance as Kermit the Frog. So I think that it really should be immortalized in some way, and I hope that it's a way that makes it still accessible to Disney fans. Although, if I'm being honest, it's been far too long since I actually sat down and appreciated the show. That was supposed to go a lot smoother through my head.